We've been talking about the mass up of a lot more young people. Mama Viosa Boaje seems to think many of them are unemployed. I beg to differ. But they have great interest, apparently, to get into the Ghana Immigration Service. A recruitment exercise which has seen about 84,000 forms sold, ultimately some sums of 4.2 million Ghana cedis made, but only 500 people going to be chosen. What do you think about it? And today is the writing of the aptitude test, I'm told, and Maxwell Agbagba is at St. Thomas Aquinas School. And, it's not profiteering. So, Maxwell Agbagba, good morning to you. What's the latest? Good
morning to you, Roland.
What's the latest? Are you writing? You look like somebody who will do well in the immigration service. You should trim yourself. You know, sometimes when you go for those jungle warfares and the training, you tend to have a very lanky figure like mine. You never know.
Maybe I would have to go to the gym more so I can trim down on my belly a little before I can get into the Ghana Immigration Service. But Roland, if you come here to the St. Thomas Aquinas School, hundreds of people are gathered here to write the aptitude test. Well, yesterday, about 15,000 people, we're told, showed up at the Elwak Sports Stadium to go through the second phase of the process, which was the body and then the documentation, stage. Now they are writing the aptitude test. We're told that Greater Accra has the highest number of prospective Ghana Immigration Service, applicants. Total of 84,000 national figure, we are told. But that number of 84,000 was whittled down to 47,000. And currently, yesterday, we are told 15,000 of them showed up here. But now we know that the number has also reduced here. And then after the aptitude test, it would further reduce. I have with me here the Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Immigration Service. We're going to find out from him, what has generated lots of conversation on social media. Some people are saying that why would the Ghana Immigration Service go ahead and sell out 84,000, e-vouchers when they know they just have space for just 500 people. Mr. Mwakwata, you're welcome to JoyNews.
Thank you.
Great. Now, I'm sure you've monitored the debate on social media. A lot of people saying, why would the Ghana Immigration Service sell, 84,000 e-vouchers when you just have vacancies for just 500 people?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, you see, we were given approval to recruit 500 people into the service. That was somewhere in November last year. And we are in a democratic dispensation. We can't do this behind the screens. So what we did was to advertise, giving the requirements for the process, especially for the first phase, which was the purchase of the e-voucher and online application. The feedback we had was that 84,000 purchased the e-voucher. 84,000 purchased the e-voucher, and not all of them applied online. Some bought it and they never applied. But out of those who applied online, we had 47,000 being qualified. Because the system is such that immediately you click the submit button of your completed form, it tells you within 6 seconds whether you are qualified or not qualified. Out of that, we have 47,000. And those are the people that we sent SMS yesterday to come for the screening and today for the aptitude test.
So even for that figure, there are a lot of people, some people are already doing calculations on social media. They say if you have 84,000 people purchasing forms for 50 Ghana cedis, you've made about 4.2 million Ghana cedis. And they're questioning where, those monies will be going to. You have some answers for them?
Yes, I have quite some answers. You see, for each center across the 10 regions of Ghana, we are renting the venues. We are paying money to conduct the exercises. We've rented or hired ambulances across the regions. We're paying for that. And for the various venues too, we refresh the applicants, at least with some chilled water. And even Zoom Lion and other sanitary institutions to clean up the places that we are holding. And all this is about money. So it is going to 8. After the second phase, when we enter into a third phase, medical screening and all that, we will also have to pay for the scripts. I don't know the numbers that will qualify after the aptitude test. but to get people to mark, to pay for venues, for the marking and all that. So it's not just like we've made money out of it, but we're going to spend and even maybe go into our own coffers to support the process.
So the 4.2 million Ghana cedis will cater for all these things you're talking about?
I haven't done the calculations, but
they've done it for you on social media.
I don't know whether it is true or not, based on whatever formula they usually calculate.
But 50 times 84,000.
Yes, that's their calculation. That's their calculation, because mind you, we're using the Ghana Commercial Bank, who were selling the vouchers. Definitely using their system and things, we have to pay for that. So what actually may come out to us to conduct this process may not be the figures they are mentioned. That's why I'm saying that I don't have the figures. But at least what I know is whatever expenditure we are making to conduct this exercise, to make it very fair and to make it very transparent, is coming from this money.
What do you make of some assertions that you are exploiting the unemployment situation in Ghana? Because if all the 84,000 people had to pay 50 Ghana cedis, and you know very well that the existing vacancies in GIS is 500, or you can only take 500 people, they say that you are exploiting the unemployment situation.
You see,
what do you say? What do you
that will be unfortunate and an unfair discretion of the GIS. You see, let me give a scenario.
Okay.
Assuming the immigration service wants to purchase an 80-seater bus. The procurement law says that we should advertise and tender. The companies that will tender will buy tendering forms, maybe 10 million cedis or 1,000 Ghana cedis. They know that only one of them is going to be selected based on the figures and quotations that they give. But you find about 100. Why? Because each company believes in its competencies of getting us the 80-seater bus. And in the same way, government says recruit 500. How do we get the 500? Do we ask immigration officers to bring in their wards and their children to be recruited? That would be unfair, and the media will come out against us. What do we do to make sure that each Ghanaian, every Ghanaian who is qualified, has a fair and equal opportunity to be recruited? So we advertise.
Okay.
We didn't put any limitation on any Ghanaian based on ethnic or religion. You are free to advertise. The only restriction was even to limit the duration of the sale of the e-vouchers. Okay. And even that, look at the numbers that we had.
Let me find out from you your take on the numbers that have showed up. In Greater Accra alone, after you did a screening, after you did a shortlisting, in Greater Accra alone, you had 15,000 applicants. A lot of them showed up at the Elwak Sports Stadium yesterday. Ashanti region, 7,000 of them. Bronga for Eastern region, 4,000 of them. What do you make of the numbers?
You see, for yesterday, a little bit research that we did. You see, you find some of the applicants who are already civil servants, who for wanting to change their jobs were in there. You find applicants who bought immigration forms, police forms, and army forms. So assuming that the guy who bought the army form didn't come to purchase the immigration form, we will not be having the figures that we had. We will not be having the figures that we had. So I don't know what to say. I don't know whether to say panic buying or whatever, but there are various reasons why the number was high. You get employed people multiple e-vouchers because the security services were recruiting during a period that they availed themselves of.
Okay.
And for Greater Accra, like you said, we had 15,704. Yeah. To me, I think we give them that opportunity to get themselves to be recruited into the service. But you see, at the end of the day, as an institution, a security institution, we are looking for the best out of the large pool of people who applied. We're talking about managing migration now, border security. You don't just pick anybody from the streets and train and go and be there. But so we need a large pool of people. Now we go into it and be able to pick the best and place them at the...
Okay. Finally, just 1 minute so that you respond to this. There are some accusations making rounds that because the numbers were huge yesterday, you actually